Good evening. Welcome to this Monday guided meditation session at Vajrayana Institute. And I'm Wai Cheong, and I'll be guiding you in the next hour. And together we'll be doing two meditations. The first meditation, as usual, will be on what we call calm abiding meditation. Today has been very windy, and hopefully our inner world is not that windy in turmoil, and that maybe we will be able to create the conditions to. We may not be able to calm the outer weather, but hopefully we can learn to calm our inner states of mind and heart, and also the body. So calm abiding meditation, as the name implies, where we meditate in such a way to create the conditions to calm the disturbances of body and mind. In the case of body, quite often manifests as different kind of tension, tightening, discomfort, even pain. Excuse me. In the case of the mind, it manifests as quite often agitations, restlessness, agitations, lots of thoughts, or maybe a preoccupation about over things that really concern us, and we find ourselves unable to stop thinking about them, or going over past events, or projecting into the future. And over a period of time, we find that quite disturbing. Yeah. So we can create the conditions that help body and mind to maybe release or let go of tension and agitation, so that they can really abide here and now in meditation, and be able to experience a sense of pleasant and very calming, tranquil abiding in this moment. So one of the key elements that really help to calm us down, especially calming our mind and heart down, is for us to be able to contact pleasant experiences, pleasant sensations that come out of our meditation practice. Pleasant sensations that are a part of our meditative experience. Because when the mind is able to contact or experience something nice, something comfortable, comforting, something very soothing, it has a tremendous power to calm us down. Pleasures of this kind of pleasures is conveying a message to our body and to our mind, to our hearts, that hey, things are going okay in this moment. Because if things are not okay, it's most probably we wouldn't experience it as pleasant. So it's very important to learn to work with the pleasures, the pleasant sensations that come out of our meditation. And so there are two types of pleasures that are often mentioned in relation to calm abiding or concentration meditation, as such meditation is also called. One of them, I tend to call it rapturous bliss. Wouldn't it be nice, isn't it? And the other one, I will call it happiness, the happiness of contentment. So just a brief description, and then maybe we can do a meditation and see whether we might be so just fortunate or lucky today that the conditions come together, and some of these pleasures of meditation might arise, in this session. Rapture tends to be experienced as very energetic, kind of more vibrations or tingling sensations, or sometimes I call it a buzzing sensation, like almost some people experience it like almost like electric current, flowing through the body. Of course, it's just a sensation. And rapture, one way of understanding it is arise when we are able to release physical tension, holding contractions of the body, like certain parts of the body, some muscles in the body might be tight and contracted for a long period of time, and as we release it, the the numbness or the lack of sensations is now replaced by waves of new sensations, interesting sensations, as that part of the body soften and become more sensitive again. So there's maybe some of the rapturous sensations are related to release of tension. So I think there's something wrong with my connection today. Those of you online, if there's some problem with your connection or if it's okay, don't mind put on the live chat just to let me know. Not that I can do much about it. All right, so rapture is of a more energetic version. And happiness in this context, happiness or contentment, is a lot more subtle, a lot more peaceful. Okay, thank you very much. Connection is okay. The peacefulness of happiness is more like a sense of contentment with what is happening in this moment. You know? So instead of picking on faults or flaw and saying, "Oh, this is not good enough, and that is not good enough." Thank you very much. I'm glad that it's all good for you. Like the posture is not good enough. I'm not comfortable enough. My breath is not good enough. My concentration is not good enough. I suppose if we really want to pick faults, we definitely can find it. Okay, excellent. So I'm suggesting people to change our attitude and to see whether we can, regardless of what we find in our meditation, whatever arises. Sometimes it might be nice, it sort of correspond to your expectations. Of course, other time we experience some challenges with our posture, with our breath, or whatever it is we are meditating on, or with our own mind. Maybe it's good to, not to be too harsh on ourselves, not to be too judgmental. Maybe we can be more compassionate towards ourselves, towards our own experiences, and more accepting. Instead of resisting what is happening here, we can simply acknowledge that, oh, okay, today maybe the body is not so comfortable. Today maybe the mind is not so peaceful. The more we are able to acknowledge our current situation and just let them be for the moment, the more likely it is we will find this sense of peace and this gentle feeling of happiness, of contentment within this moment in our meditation. So if you do notice anything pleasant in this next session, please, I really encourage you to not waste it. Please let it into your awareness, appreciate it, enjoy it while it's here. It's not going to last very long, and make it a part of your own meditation practice. And of course, eventually it will change, it will fade away, and then we can be very graciously allow it to go. All right, so let's do a meditation together, and I'll guide you through the usual step, and let's explore the pleasures of calm abiding meditation. So I invite you to find a comfortable, supportive posture for your body in meditation. Just take care that the back, your spine is at ease in this posture. Upright if you're sitting on a chair, sitting on the floor on a cushion. And of course, you're most welcome to lie down, lie on your back. If you're lying down, make sure the spine is straight and not in a sort of a crooked position. And while you do that, I'll just ring the bell to signal the start of our first meditation. So I invite you to become aware of your body in your meditation posture. See if you can sense how your body in this posture is resting or has been supported by your seat, by the ground. Notice the sensations coming through at the points of contact between your body and your seat, your body and the ground, and really feel or become aware of those sensations of solidity, of firmness and stability beneath you. Allow your body to feel well supported in this posture, well balanced, with a sense of safety. So much so that your body, in its own time, may be willing to unwind a bit, loosen up a bit, may be willing to let go of some of those holding or tightening in the different parts of your body. Just allow the body to find its way to settle down comfortably into this posture. So that is my usual first step of acquiring a seat for our body in meditation. The next I'm going to guide you. I'm going to invite you to return your attention to your own body, to the different parts of your body. And you're most welcome to ignore what I'm saying if it's not helpful or not relevant to you. Just see that what I'm saying is like a reminder that we are all together here and now meditating, each of us having our own experiences, and yet at the same time not alone. So let's start at the crown of the head. See if you can become aware of any sensations at the crown. And I often emphasize with as little effort as you can manage. You don't have to try very hard. No need to struggle. Just notice. Tingling sensations at the crown, warmth, coolness, a slight feeling of pressure, or maybe nothing at all for today. And we look for simple sensations, nothing spectacular, nothing dramatic. And let our attention flow downwards, flow forward into the forehead, becoming aware of sensations in the face. Notice whether are you tensing up any muscles of your face, any tension at the forehead, like the muscles around the eyes, or the muscles of your jaw. As we do have some conscious control over our facial muscles, I invite you to see if you can relax some of those tightness and tension in your own face. See if you can welcome in a feeling of softening, of ease and relaxation into your face. And if any pleasant sensations arise, you notice anything pleasant as a part of the meditation, why not welcome it into your awareness? Why not allow yourself to enjoy those very subtle, pleasant sensations while they're here? Moving downwards, allow our attention to flow into the neck, the throat, so that we become aware of sensations here. Just a light touch will do. We do not need to put in much effort. We definitely do not need to tense up any muscles. Don't have to try hard to pay attention. From the neck, let our attention flow into the shoulders. Inquire into how your shoulders are feeling today. Notice the sensations at the upper part of your shoulders, the front, the back, at the joints. And quite often we may find unpleasant sensations here. This is one of the common area where we store a lot of tightness, a lot of tension. And if that's true, see if we can acknowledge those unpleasant sensations and just let them be for the moment. Let attention continue downwards into both arms so that we awaken sensations in both arms. See if we can notice sensations at the upper arms. Or maybe subtle sensations at both elbows. Feel free to move at your own pace, stop at a particular spot longer if you like, and rejoin me whenever you feel like it. Let's continue into the forearms so that we notice sensations here at the forearms. And eventually allow our attention to flow into both hands so that we are aware of sensations in the palms of our hands, the back of the hands, sensation in the fingers, all the way to the fingertips. See if you can give permission and allow both arms and hands to rest comfortably on their support. Feel that there is no need for you to tense up your arm muscles unnecessarily. You don't have to hold up your arms in any particular way. And I invite you to return your attention to your own body, now to your chest, so that you are aware of sensations at the chest. You may notice that our attention tend not to stay at one particular spot. We might get distracted by other things, by sounds, by thoughts, all of which are perfectly normal. And all we need to do when we recognize that, when we become aware of it, is simply to invite our attention to come back to our own body, reconnect with our own body, come back to here and now. Notice sensations at the chest. Be aware of the movements of the chest as we breathe in and out. And not just are we aware of sensations at the front of our body, we can also be aware of sensations at the back of our body. Sensations at our upper back and sensations at our middle back. Whenever you feel ready, we can allow attention to flow further down into the abdomen. Become aware of sensations here. Sensations at the level of the skin, at the level of the muscles, and even sensations within the abdomen from the various organs. We can allow our attention to descend further to the pelvis, to the base of the pelvis. Notice the sensations here where powerful muscles gathered. Notice the sensations at the front of the body and also sensations at the back of the body. And become aware of sensations of the weight of the pelvis resting on the support. And see if we can imagine giving permission, allowing the pelvis to rest comfortably on the support, on the seat, on the ground, surrendering that weight to gravity. So reconnecting our attention, our awareness with our own bodily sensations. Let's come back and notice sensations in both legs. With as little effort as you can manage, just a light touch. Be aware of sensations starting from the hips, both hips. Notice sensations down the legs, to the knees. At your own pace, moving further down towards the ankles. And eventually we arrive at both feet, so that we are aware of sensations at the soles of the feet, at the top of the feet, and sensations in the toes. See if you can comfortably rest both legs on their support on the ground. Surrender that weight to gravity. And now that we have gone through from crown to feet, see if we can allow the body to continue to settle down, to unwind, to loosen up, to become more and more comfortable in this posture. And we rest our mind here and now with the body, with the bodily sensations, or maybe with the breath sensations if you are familiar with that. Inviting our attention to come back again and again, to be in touch with our body, to be connected with the breath as a support. And if you are attending to the breath, make good use of the out breath. Each time we breathe out, make use of this opportunity to deepen the sense of release. Release of physical tension, tightness, maybe even release of mental agitation, by simply giving permission as we breathe out. We allow anything unhelpful or unnecessary to simply flow away with the breath. So coming back to the body, to the breath, coming back to here and now, allow the body to continue to rest in the posture, continue to settle down, to release in its own time more and more of those unnecessary tensions and tightness. We can rest our mind, our attention with bodily sensations, with breath sensations, here and now. And along the way, whenever we notice any pleasant sensations, any feelings of pleasure, of ease, of comfort, or even interesting sensations, tingling, buzzing, vibration. See if you can allow yourself to welcome them into your awareness. Make these pleasant, interesting sensations a part of our awareness and allow ourselves to enjoy them while they're here. See if you can notice what is the effect of contacting pleasant sensations that arise from meditation, whether they have a calming, soothing effect on both body and mind. So inviting our attention to come back to this moment, to here and now, to be aware of our own body in meditation, to be aware of the different sensations, bodily sensations, breath sensations, maybe even sounds, maybe even thoughts in our mind. See if we can appreciate any subtle sense of pleasant feeling, pleasant sensations here and now. Sometimes the mere fact that we are able to find the time to allow our body and mind to rest in meditation, to be at ease, to unwind and loosen up and release some of the stress reactions that we carry with us, some of the physical reactions, the mental or emotional reactions. See if we can maybe also notice a subtle feeling of happiness, of contentment, being contented with what is present here and now. And then finally, I invite you to expand the scope of your awareness, to check in and notice how your body and your mind are doing at the end of meditation. Is it possible for you to highlight anything pleasant or helpful or beneficial, anything auspicious that you can find in your meditation? Highlight them to yourself. Okay, so of course, not every meditation session necessarily will produce anything pleasant, but over time, as we meditate, we know ourselves better. We figure out what are conditions that work best for us, what's our object of meditation we can do that really help us to settle down. In that case, then we can always, as we practice more, we can familiarize ourselves with those positive, helpful conditions. Yeah. And in this next meditation, I thought it would be good to think about sometimes we need to do some maintenance of our own inner state of body and mind, especially on gloomy days, rainy days, wet, dark, cold days. Sometimes our mind might also turn downwards. We sometimes we feel a little bit more depressed. The mood is low. The energy is low. Our thoughts are a lot more darker or more negative. And of course, that happens now and then. But over a period of time, if we repeatedly find ourselves, entering into or sustaining such states and feelings, then in the long run, it's not so helpful for us. Sometimes, especially when the situation is quite mild, then it might be good to give it a boost, to uplift our spirits, to remind ourselves of positive feelings, positive thoughts. Not so much to get rid of the negative one, but just to balance things out a bit, so that we wouldn't find ourselves get very caught up and very fixated on in a very negative or self-defeating ways. So next meditation, we're going to introduce an imaginary element. We're going to do a visualization. Visualization is simply make use of the power of our imagination. So we're going to imagine letting something really positive into our meditation, into our own awareness, into our experience. Traditionally, in the Buddhist context, especially Tibetan Buddhism, we do a lot of visualization with light. If you're like me, has a natural difficulty with visualization, I think of light as brightness or radiance. So now I sit under all this LED lights. It's pretty bright, right? So all I'm going to invite you is to breathe in that brightness with each breath. And you can visualize it whichever way that comes to you naturally. And sometimes in the light that we imagine images, specific images actually appear spontaneously. It could be memories we could have in the past, happy times, they just come spontaneously to us. Well, if it's good, why not breathe it in, make it a part of that visualization as well. If you are good at it, you might want to play around with the color of light. Quite often we use something along the line of a golden yellow color, if you can manage it. If not, just like me, just stick to a sense of brightness, of radiance. You can also give it other texture or qualities. I like to imagine it to be something warm, something warming, heart-warming. Even though I may not feel the warmth, I just tell myself this light is warm, like sunlight, has a natural quality of warmth with it. And the most important thing is that it should come along with a lot of positive associations. It should help you to associate and remember happy times, joyful times, times when we don't feel weighed down by life, that we feel lightness within ourselves, a sense of ease, a sense of spaciousness even. So anything positive that come up, put it all together, breathe it in, and I'm going to invite you to let that light and warmth and even happiness or joy to fill up the chest, to really feel that some warmth flows into one's own heart. And then from there, just like what we did previously, just allow it to spread to the different parts of our body. If possible, if you are good with details, you can even imagine the light and the warmth and the happiness flow into every cell in the body, filling us up with something really wonderful. And that sometimes has the effect of helping to uplift our spirits, help to remind ourselves that we are also just as we are capable of feeling sad and down and low, we are also equally capable of feeling uplifted, happy, joyous, cheerful, upbeat, optimistic. Yeah. So let's give that a try and see whether we bring something bright and warm into our own experience on this cold, wet, gloomy day. So I invite you once again to find a comfortable, supportive posture for your body, one that your body really feel at ease and feel happy to settle into. So feel free to make minor adjustments to your posture. Take care that the entire length of your spine feels comfortable, at ease. Be it upright if you're sitting or straight if you're lying down. Rest your arms, your hands on some form of support so that you don't have to tense up your muscles to hold them up. You can surrender the weight of both arms comfortably to the support. Feel free to close your eyes completely in this meditation, or leave them open or half open, whichever works best for you. Give your body a few moments to adjust, to find its way into the posture once again. Allow the body to feel well supported in the posture, that it is resting on a solid, stable support. And we can even imagine, given time, our body may begin from its own side to loosen up a bit, to unwind some of the unnecessary tightness, tightening, and in so doing, actually settle down more and more comfortably into the posture. And then as a way to help our body and mind to transition into meditation, let's start with a few deep breaths. Breathe in and out deeply for a few times. And see if we can remind ourselves to release on the out breath. We allow the breath to settle back to its natural rhythm. So in this meditation, there's no need to control your breath in any way. You don't have to make your breath deeper or slower. Just allow the body to breathe itself. But see if we can rest our attention on the breath sensations, be aware of our in-breath and our out-breath. And each time when we notice that we are breathing in, see if we can remind ourselves that the in-breath is when we are taking in oxygen, life-sustaining oxygen that oxygenate our blood, that is transported to every cell in the body, that helps to keep our cells, ourselves, alive and well. So alongside oxygen, as you breathe in, why not allow ourselves to breathe in something really positive, a symbol of wellness, of happiness, of joyfulness. Maybe you like to imagine it in the form of light, a sense of brightness or radiance. Give it a color if you can manage, maybe golden yellow in color, a very warm, soothing color maybe. And as you breathe in, imagine the light flow alongside the breath into the chest, filling up the lungs, touching the heart. So without much effort, simply imagine with each breath a little bit of such goodness is also flowing into our own system. See if we can associate that light with other positive qualities, other textures of experience that we associate with happiness, with something positive. Maybe give it a feeling of warmth, something warming that will warm up our body, warm up our heart. Maybe you prefer a feeling of spaciousness if life has been a bit cluttered, or maybe a feeling of lightness if you feel the heavy weight on your shoulders. So feel free to experiment, and with each in-breath, simply invite in more of that light, of that brightness, of that warmth, of those positive qualities into your own lungs and heart and chest. So coming back to the breath, letting in more of that goodness, more of that light, happiness or warmth. As it fill up our chest, as it warm our heart, as we imagine the positive energy flowing into the cells, the tissues, and even illuminating the spaces between the cells. We can very consciously allow it to spread to other parts of our body. From the chest, allow it to flow upwards into the shoulders, into the muscles of the shoulders, especially areas where we may feel tightness, tension, discomfort. Just imagine these parts of your body are touched by the light, by the brightness, the warmth, the bliss. There's no correct way of doing it. Just do it in your own way, whatever comes to you naturally. And although the effect may not be immediate, but now and then we can Notice some changes in our experience as we continue to let the light spread. From the shoulders, when you feel ready, we can allow the light, the warmth to spread down the arms, both arms at the same time. Imagine the light touching the skin, the muscles, the bones, the joints, so all the different cells and tissues in our body. As we continue coming back to the breath, reconnecting our attention to the breath sensations, in particular to the in-breath, letting in more of this goodness, allowing it to fill up both arms and hands. We can let it flow upwards into the neck, touching the throat, into the head, illuminating our face. Maybe the light and all these positive qualities may bring a softening of the muscles of our face, helping our face to release some of the unnecessary tightness or tension. Coming back to the breath, breathing in more light, imagine it touching the brain, even calming the activities of our own brain. And when you feel that you somehow fill up your upper body with the light, with the warmth, with anything positive and uplifting and helpful, then we can, as we breathe in more of that light and brightness, allow the energy to descend from the chest, past the diaphragm into the abdomen, nourishing the various vital organs here at our abdomen, flowing into the tissues, into the cells, illuminating the space with the radiance and brightness. And not only do we fill up and touch the front of our body with the light, with the brightness, we also extend it to the back. Imagine the light, the warmth, the pleasure flow into the muscles of our back, the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back. Warming up the muscles, softening the muscles, bringing a feeling of ease and comfort where possible to our own body, to our own mind. Coming back to the breath, breathing in more of that light and brightness. Now and then, spontaneously, other visual images may come back to you. Could be images of the past, could also be our imagination of the future. So long as they hold positive connotation for you, that represent or come along with positive feelings, helpful feelings, why not let them into your awareness, into your meditation? Make them a part of your meditation practice. Breathe that goodness wherever it is, in whatever form it appears to you. Let it flows past your abdomen into the pelvis. And imagine the light, the warmth flows into both legs, starting from the hips, moving at your own pace. So coming back to the breath, breathing in, letting in more light. Imagine the light, the warmth, and so forth flow into both legs at the same time, moving at your own pace, and really transforming both legs, filling up the cells, tissues, spaces with a sense of brightness and radiance. And allow it to flow all the way into both feet, into the toes, so that as we continue attending to the breath, breathing in, we breathe in the brightness, the radiance that fill up every part of our body, every cell in the body, every space. See if you can, in your own way, imagine how your body will look like, how your body will feel like when it is completely filled with the brightness, with the radiance, the light, with the warmth, and so on. So rest your body in this posture in meditation. Allow it to continue to settle down, to unwind, to release more and more of the holding, the tension, the tightness at its own pace. Rest your mind, your attention with your body, with the breath, and with that visualization of light, of a body completely filled and touched by the light, by the warmth, a very positive vision for yourself. And rest your mind, your attention with it. Allow yourself to enjoy any pleasant feelings, any positive feelings that may arise, however mild or slight they may be. Allow yourself to enjoy any feeling of peace, or joyfulness, or happiness, or even just a simple relaxation. So rest your body and mind here and now for the next few minutes. Allow yourself to simply enjoy the simple activity of breathing in and out of a body of light. And then finally, I invite you to appreciate anything helpful or positive that come out of your meditation. And imagine gathering up all this positive momentum that we have created in meditation and dedicate it towards the fulfillment of your higher aspirations. Dedicate that may these positive feelings and qualities, may they stay with us, may they linger in the body and mind, may they continue to benefit us long after the meditation is over. Okay, so hope that brings some brightness of our own creation on a very wet and windy day. And thank you very much for your attention, and stay warm, stay safe, and hope to see you next week, next Monday. And have a good evening. Thank you.